Okay, so I have to be on this view.
Here. Yeah. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're here.
You know what?
It's finally
Tonight, did not see this coming. I don't think any of us saw this coming.
well the way it happened.
Night King went up to a 1-0 lead in game one.
Well, truth is, did we talk about Sabon Metrics getting there? I don't even know if we did or didn't.
No, we didn't, but
We did not.
We'll talk about that in a few.
Sabon Metrics advanced to the World Series
Yes, now.
in a classic series.
Yeah.
Okay, they played a great, it was a sweep, but a great series. Two
one-run
games where the Tiger had a lead in the sixth in
Yeah,
both games.
That was
And-
something to see.
And game 2 went to 11 innings. Or
Yeah,
10
11 innings, and it was a classic, like you
Yeah,
said.
that was
it was one
something
of those
special.
series where even though they got swept by the Tiger, they felt like they gave it their best shot, and Sabon Metrics won 2 gut-wrenching games, and there was something
See,
to say.
that was a night where both teams walked out, sat in their cars, and said, we could have won
Yeah, both
either
teams.
game. And they shook hands. There was very good sportsmanship regarding it, and felt great.
Well, that set the table coming into tonight. Sabon Metrics in the World Series. They were the number 1 seed, just by percentage points, and they got there, and now they're theirs. And tonight's game was Night King versus High Cheese.
So coming into this game,
And High Cheese was a wild card team coming off that emotional, crazy victory against the Yankees in the wild card.
So-
in a game they probably should have lost.
they've
but
been comeback kids all year, and yet again,
Tonight-
game 1. I mean, even game 1 a little
they
bit.
were down 1-0
They
in
were
game
down
1.
1-0 after having a runner on third, 1 out in the first.
And then I'll tell you what happened. Night King they came to the field not themselves. They were late. A few guys were running late. They got into the field, didn't get a chance to warm up or swing the bat, and that does affect you.
Sam Loudon, who's a great postseason performer, was out sick.
They're missing a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Bernie Pindek came in last second, but
Tomas Nito was missing.
Yes,
Joey Levy.
Joey Levy was
That could be
Joey
a big-
Rings.
Yeah, that
So
could be a big.
It's a presence that definitely has what to do with Ralph Hannon on the mound.
Right,
Because
that's what we're gonna get to. Because if you want to isolate one person who had a tough time, Ralph Hannon had a tough.
Ralph got hit with
day.
the walkabout tonight. He just I think he had 6 walks.
I wasn't
in
here
one.
game 1, and guys could say the umpires this, that. They were bad walks.
No, there were walks in bad spots, and they were
First and second, nobody had a walk. Walked the runner home
and sprinkled them with the walks were bombs.
with some
So,
real hits. Avi Dweck.
Avi Dweck hit a shot to the wall. Victor
Nathan-
Abadi hit big shots.
Victor Abadi was probably the most clutch hits. It was a 6-1, 6-2 game. He had a big shot to make it 9-2. And then the other game, Victor Abadi.
What can you say about Victor Abadi? He had a really down year, but came to play tonight. I'll tell you
Picking
that.
the right time, because this High Cheese back into the lineup is what we.
Every year you have a guy like Victor Abadi in the bottom of the lineup that catapults those teams.
It's big.
You need it.
We looked at this High Cheese team, and nobody ever doubts Zach Ashkenazi, Avi Dweck, Buka, which was Nathan Zolta today, but Buka, Maurice Haber, Albert Sitt coming alive, Maxi Dean.
Albert
But then-
Sitt had a big night, by the way.
and
Big
he's
night.
been hitting well. But the back end of that lineup coming into the season, looking at Leon Harari, Teddy Braha.
So that trade, by the way, Leon Harari for Saul Torgerman, they're actually facing off in the World Series.
Cool.
So.
Very sure. Teddy Braha, by the way, got the game-winning hit in game 2.
And he hit a bullet down
So
in between
game
third and
1
short.
was a rout.
Well, it was 1-0 Night King, and then after that, the wheels came off, and High Cheese.
Final score was
it was
15-5.
15-4 final score.
It was disastrous.
It was a rout, and it was one of those games everyone couldn't wait for it to end already. But it ended in game 2.
It's funny. Sometimes they say with the NCAA tournament, when they had the game in a big arena, guys have a hard time playing. Maybe at a late time start hurt Night Kings, and High Cheese was just prepared.
It didn't hurt Stephen Gindy's offensive performance because Stephen Gindy went 7 for 7 with a walk.
Wow, that's impressive.
But he got hurt because guys like Hank Dweck and Bobby Safdie didn't come through. And then that's what happens.
Right, he didn't hit all
Hank,
night.
I think, he had 1 hit on the night.
And we talk about how Hank hits Maxi Deed. Well, today Max had his number. Even if you had a couple balls in the screws, if you're lifting it too high and they're playing you 4 across,
It wasn't his night at all.
It ain't gonna do it.
Game 2 gets off to the most torrid start you'll ever see by Night King. They put up a 5 spot and batted around the order to start the game.
It was the first inning.
First inning.
So it showed they weren't going down without a fight.
And they had top of the half of the first, so they came down after getting routed, and they came alive.
It's funny, that's not even when I thought they were going to win. I thought they were going to win. Ralph gave up a bases-loaded walk to make it 5-1. It was bases loaded, nobody out.
And then Ralph got out of
And
the
Ralph
crazy
got out
jam.
with a big double play, great play by Jack Beebe behind the plate, and they got out of the inning.
Yeah, but
After
great
that,
play, Jack Beebe.
I thought Night Kings was going to make a
Yeah,
split out of this.
and then what High Cheese has been doing, they're grinding.
As we mentioned, Victor Abadi got a big 2 RBI hit to make it 5-4.
Right, Victor Abadi, well, again, what could you say about it? He had a triple, he had a home run, he had an RBI single, and an RBI walk tonight.
Unbelievable.
So,
Really
wow.
incredible.
Victor, and they were all big spots also.
Real hits, too.
Yeah.
No errors, real shots. Maybe one cued off his bat, but still getting on base.
Right. So anyway,
Unbelievable.
they were down 5-0. They ended up tying it up at 5, but they fell back behind 6-5.
No, they were up 6-5. Nussi had a triple.
Right, Nussi had a triple.
Maurice
my bad.
Haber actually had a sac fly in a big spot. And then Nussi had a triple to lead off an inning. He came home on a sac fly by, I forgot who, to be honest with you. Somebody had a nice sac fly. Jack Beebe.
Right,
had a
Beebe
sac
had a fly ball to left
to
field.
tie it up. So at that point, 6 up in the 6th. But this High Cheese team came back. And that's when Teddy Braha came up with first and third, 1 out,
And
hit a line drive through the shift.
He really hit it clean.
Hit it hard.
Hot shot, and they were playing him pull, a dead
He
pull.
still hit it into
and he
the
hit it right
shift.
through, hit it on the screws, gave him a
Yeah.
lead, and then the floodgates opened after that.
That was after that. Another 2 runs, 3 runs.
They ended up going down.
Um,
It was a 10-6
10-6,
game,
and that's what it ended.
and then we went to the 7th inning and
So,
a little bit of a rally, but it fell
It's
short. But
the first time in our league history, and this is amazing, that Max Edid is in the World Series.
right, and Max Edid was the number 1 seed last year. He
Got
captained
knocked
a
down
few
to seven,
teams.
right.
Max Edid's been in the league. I think he's been in the league for 8 years
Yeah,
now.
he's on PepsiCo in a 3-game series in the
On the
semifinals.
Jocks, he went to the
Jocks,
playoffs.
yeah, so he was there.
What else?
A couple of wild card games.
The Black Sox, whatever
Yeah,
it's
the
called,
Black
Hawks. He lost in the wild card.
But he was in a couple of semifinals and couldn't catapult himself to the World Series.
It's a new guy on the mound also. He has
Now,
full control
won.
of the team.
He has won last year in spring. So YMSL, he took a World Series. It's his first time in the big show, and it's against someone who's not a stranger to the World Series.
Listen, it's
A.B. Saka.
A.B. Saka versus Max Edid on the mound is as marquee as you're going to get.
Which is pretty cool, by the way, because whoever wins is their first championship in M&S Night
Wow,
League
that is
history.
pretty cool.
That's
is
very
pretty-
sharp. Michael Solomon, Saban, for Saban Metrics, going for his 5th ring.
Wow.
And I don't think anybody else has that.
Well, David Shrem had, I think, and Joey Levy has, but I think he's out of active players.
Really,
there.
really, really, really cool. I don't know if that's 5. I think everybody has 4.
Well, yeah,
But
Saban's no stranger to this. We know he
Looking
comes to
forward.
play, and this is going to be one hell of a World Series matchup.
now
It's-
then there was 2. There's 2 left, and it's the 1 seed against the wild card. And we're gonna have a prediction show, but
we'll do it right now.
great. Okay, we'll do it now. Great season, wild season, first time ever. 5, 7, and 5 teams. It showed we very rarely had any routes. Tonight happened to be one, but what a season it's been. And here we go. Saban Metrics against High Cheese in the World Series.
I'll take it first.
I think it's going 3. I'll tell you my choice after. Who do you got?
Okay, so obviously we see this team has no quit in them. It's Zach Ashkenazi's back-to-back years in the World Series, lost in the World Series last year to the wild card team, ironically. Now he's the wild card team going in, so he's no stranger to the big spot. It's, again, like you said, Max Edid's first time here. Their team is deeper than one may think when you look at their lineup because the back-end guys are hitting.
That's because of Victor and Teddy Braha coming through, yeah.
With all that being set up, and I'm a big fan of High Cheese, I have Saban Metrics in 3, and let me tell you why. Michael Saban Solomon, a Hall of Fame player, obviously inducted last year. Their team from top to bottom, A.B. Saka, after losing in back-to-back World Series, does not want to lose in the 3rd consecutive World Series and be the Buffalo Bills of M&S. I have Saban Metrics winning in 3. I think their team is a little bit better, and I think this momentum, this team that High Cheese plays with momentum a lot, and a team like Saban, the way their team is constructed, the way their team is actually playing all year, they're not going to get fazed by that. They will go to 3, and I think Saban in 3 is my call.
Saban in 3, well, guess what? I share the sentiment.
Wow.
And I think it for one reason. I watched tonight, and High Cheese benefited on Ralph Hannon's wildness.
Right, and you're not
He
going to get that
hasn't-
from maybe.
He hasn't been that all season, but he was that tonight. And they got a lot of at-bats because of that. A.B. Saka is going to make you hit the ball.
Right, and you know what? And their
Leon
defense-
Harari and Victor Abadi and all the back end of the lineups, they've been great. They're not going to get any free passes in the World Series from AB. Seldom. It happens here and there. Not often.
Listen, you have, in my opinion, even though High Cheese is a wild card team, I think the 2 best teams are facing off against each other. People would say that Night King was the second to best team in the league this year, but just the way High Cheese came together late, I think they ended up being the second to best
Yeah,
team.
Night Kings didn't come to play tonight. I mean, they had a nice 3 innings. That's it. And then they just didn't show. So Great matchup. Looking forward to it.
I'm excited for it.
I love the ceremonial gas that we're going to do in the World Series.
Looking forward to it. Oh,
Everybody
so
have
much
your
fun.
walk-up songs ready, and we can't wait. So looking forward to it.
Next time we see you, we'll have a champion.
Baby. Save on metric.